our buddy, our pal, our lifelong chum, Mr. Norm MacDonald. Hey, Norm, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing real good. You look fine. You look snazzy tonight.
Yeah, I show the respect.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Good. The respect that I'm due. Thank
I like
you.
that Madonna's baby thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah.
funny.
Oh,
you know,
thanks.
I really have to give it to that guy that's the father, you know, Carlos
Leon.
Carlos Leon.
Or Carlos Leon. I forget which one.
Because you got to have a lot of guts. That means he had sex with Madonna without a condom. Yeah. That's great.
You know what I always admire about you, Norm? You like to set the tone right away. You like to come out and sort of set the table for everybody and say, this is what we'll be doing. Very nice. Well, you know, you got to be thinking of these all the time, right? You're doing the update. I call it the update gig. You don't mind if I call it that?
Yeah, the update gig, I do it. And to do that, I have to every day comb the papers, you know, comb them. I don't really comb them. I look through them, you know?
Figure speech, yeah.
And read them. I check, first I check the NBA lines for the night, you know, find out what I'm going to bet on. And then I go straight to the news, you know, find out what news figure I'm going to skewer.
Yeah.
So, interesting story I say this week is that right on Rikers Island, they banned like 2 months ago. They banned pornography, any porno magazines from the prison, you know, because I don't know why they did it, but now I just read the headline.
Sure, you don't need to know that part, right? Who cares about that part, right?
But now they had to bring it back this week, so they had a compromise. They're allowing one porno magazine.
Only one?
Only one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the porno magazine that they're putting in is Hairy Guy's Ass Illustrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to only allow one, I would think that's the one, you know, probably.
It's a good magazine, though.
It is a good, you know...
It's not all just pictures of Hairy Guy's ass.
The articles are good, actually.
Yeah.
Good articles on if you're buying a home, what home to buy, good areas to look.
Good stereo advice. That's why I read it.
Yeah. Killer crossword puzzle. It's just a good publication. All right.
See, I just read it for Hairy Guy's ass.
Well, see, that's you, Andy. Just people are all different.
He was telling me before the show, last week he went to the Hairy Guy's Ass Mansion.
Great. Why didn't you... Andy has all the fun. He gets to all the big celebrity parties.
Right. Him and Jimmy Kahn.
All right.
So
oh, man. That's one news story. And,
that's a minor news story.
Yeah, minor news story, sure.
Yeah, the big news story this week, have you seen those ads for Ronald McDonald is growing up?
Yeah.
And they have him in a discotheque and stuff. And
they show him in more adult situations.
Right. Yeah. He's trying to grow up. Now he wants to be called, he insists on being called Ron.
Really?
And so they're trying to be more adult. The Happy Meal now consists of a big bottle of whiskey.
And that's making people real happy, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, very fine, all right.
But it's fun to be on the show, you know. I get recognized a little now, you know.
Sure.
And
good for you, yeah.
I got kind of peripheral celebrity now. Like, I get recognized, but people don't know my name. So I was on the plane, you know. I came back, like, yesterday. And let's say yesterday, it was like 3 days ago. Whatever. But...
Well, then we shouldn't go on with the story unless the date is actually right.
It was 3 days ago.
Okay,
so
3 days ago.
I fly back, you know, and I get on the plane. So I'm sitting beside this character, you know, and the guy says to me, he says, he says, hey, I like you on the show there on the news. And I go, oh, yeah, thanks. He goes, man, you're really funny, Bob. He calls me Bob. So I said, what the hell, Bob? That's a name, you know. And
yeah.
So I go, yeah, thanks. I don't want to say, hey, my name's not Bob, you know. And it's just a guy in the plane, you know. So I go, yeah, thanks a lot. He goes, yeah, I like you, Bob. He keeps calling me Bob, you know. So I go, yeah, good. So anyways, So I just went along with it, you know, my name was Bob. And then this other character comes out of the bathroom, you know. I don't know what he was doing in there, probably going to the...
Probably going to the bathroom.
Yeah, he's going to the bathroom. But, so he comes out and he's walking down, he sees me, you know, and he says, "Hey, you're that guy on the show." And I go, yeah. He goes, "What's your name?" And then I go, "Bob," you know, I have to say Bob. So then the guy goes, Bob what? What's he, because he's confused, everything, you know, he goes, "Bob what?" So I don't want to say Bob MacDonald, because then I figure maybe the guy go, "No, Norm MacDonald." Right. And then the other guy, right? So I go, "Bob Kendall." I say, "Kendall?" I had a teacher named Kendall. It's the only name I could come up with.
Right.
I go, "Bob Kendall," you know? And he goes, yeah, Bob Kendall. Yeah. So
That's so bad. No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then I had to talk to this guy, you know? I was sitting beside this guy for 5 hours. And I don't know the guy from Bob Kendall. You know? I don't know this character.
Yeah.
And I'm forced to talk to him, you know, for 5 hours. And I don't know what to talk about. I don't have a lot to talk about, you know. I realized that, like, I don't know. I know maybe like 6, 7 things, you know. And so I just finished them in like a half an hour. I tell him, and then I don't know what to do, you know. And that's hard, huh?
Yeah. Hey. I know 4, and I'm running out every night here.
Yeah, it's so hard. Everybody seems to know so much stuff. You know? This guy was telling me all kinds of stuff. He told me that, he said, I don't know if you know this. This is an interesting thing. He told me, did you know that elephants do not really have a good memory?
I didn't know that. Is that true?
Well, that's what this guy said. And then,
Well, then it must be true.
he also said that on, you know that show Star Trek?
Yeah?
He said the actual name of the starship was not the Star Trek. It was the Enterprise.
These are gems for people at home. I hope they're writing them down. So many people were fooled by that. Can you hang on 1 second?
Yeah,
We got to do a
that'd be great.
commercial. When we come back, more with Mr. Norm MacDonald. We'll see you in a second.